the Portland Trailblazers, who last season were 16th in defensive rating, but 4th post All-Star break, will be top 5 in defensive rating for the entirety of the 25-26 NBA season, on the back of Jrue Holiday replacing Anthony Simons minutes, even more minutes from Donovan Clingan, my guy, maybe our guy, Toumani Camara leading the charge. And just a team that I think, and then, what are you going to get from Matisse Thybulle and even Robert Williams, who's still on this roster as well? Now, my scary part is there's some defensive liabilities on this roster that may play minutes. Young Hansen, perhaps Shaden Sharp. I think Scoot can probably be at least a neutral defender.
What I'm trying to figure out is how much Hansen is going to play.
So you tell me that, because this feels better if I don't think they're going to lean into it. But when you are as bold as what they were going and getting him, I'm surprised if he doesn't get rotation minutes, but maybe I'm wrong there.
Well, to me, it's just all about is Rob Williams going to play?
For
right? Sure. Because you are literally never going to play Rob Williams in the preseason, right? There's just no reason to do that. But also, he has had very real concerning injury updates, heading into the year, right? Yeah. I don't know. As of a couple weeks ago, he wasn't cleared yet after knee surgery. So maybe he's just not going to play, and maybe they will need Young to play quite a bit. I have not. Hansen has had some really good offensive stuff in the preseason where I've been okay, there are flashes here where the talent was always there.
Yeah.
It's just the defense and the movement ability and everything was always my significant question with him. I have not seen anything in the preseason that gives me much hope for him on defense as a rookie. I'm not saying he can't improve. He will, I hope, get better as his career goes forward. And he's clearly a very smart, intuitive player, but just purely this year as a rookie, I do not see much of a positive situation for Hansen. Him dealing with pick and pops, him getting caught in no man's land and ball screen coverages. Teams are going to involve him in action every single time, I think.
Yeah. And so that's where this could really break down. If there's a whole lot of minutes for him because, Rob Williams isn't able to play at all, if, Thybulle doesn't play at all, but, even someone like Jeremy Grant, who I don't think is the defender he was at one point in his career, is still a long athletic forward that can take certain matchups and has a decreasing offensive role, whether he may not like that, but, giving him energy to play on the defensive end. So people know by now, I really like this team. I love Deni Avdija. I love Toumani. I think Jrue's really, I'm worried about the preseason game I watched. Jrue was doing way too much on the offensive end for what I would like. I hope that doesn't have to continue for them. And like I say, I think Scoot can be a neutral defender just with his strength and athleticism and all of that. We'll see where Shaden gets, but I like this team. They were good down the stretch. I wanted to get crazy and say top 3, but I was just okay, that's just OKC, Orlando, Houston, Minnesota. There was just too many teams. I'm I don't know if I can do top 3.
The thing I would tell you though is that that ceiling is there for them to be a top 3. If you're a Portland fan, I absolutely think the ceiling is there for them to be a top 3 defense. That could 100% bear itself out. They could be, between Clingan taking a big leap, because Clingan, that dude is a real defender. And I think he does look in better shape than what he was last season. Jrue Holiday, obviously an elite defender. Toumani Camara is, one of the 15 best defenders in the league, just point blank. And then, certainly one of probably the 5 or 6 best perimeter defenders in the league. And then on top of it, you have Deni Avdija, who's also a good defender. I think that Deni goes way under the radar when we talk about this. I would say Deni is a top 50 or 60 defender in the league himself. He's not an all defense guy, but he's really good on that end and a real positive. So, we'll see what they do with Jeremy Grant. We'll see what they do with some of these vets when the deadline comes, but then maybe they play Thybulle a little bit, and Thybulle, is obviously a really high level defender too. So I'm fascinated with their team. I'm fascinated with how they go about kind of building these things out. And I will say to your point, like, I have never been a Shaden Sharp fan on defense. I do think Shaden is showing more effort and seems to be, outside of the fourth quarter in the game I broke down, like a bit more engaged defensively this year than what we've seen previously. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in this prediction, and I think it could come to fruition.
Yeah, maybe I should have been a little more bold. Maybe I stopped myself from, maybe I should just went for it all with the top 3, but I felt like I was being bold top 5 considering they were 16.
I think top 5 is, yeah, I think that's good.
Good. I'm kind of proud of myself then. I feel like I've been gone out there a little bit.